Hello, how are you? Now, welcome to the seventh episode of Moving from Certification to Profit. Now, I'm excited at the feedback I'm getting from some of you, and thank you very much for believing in my ability to do this. I mean, I literally, like the firstborn of the family life industry in Nigeria, which is the most populous black nation. Presently, I operate in America, maybe some one of the highest paid as well in America, right? And so I think I've earned a right to be able to come in and share some of these things with you guys, right? And so um, I must thank you very much for believing in yourself and to desire to move from certification to profit. Right, this is has been painstakingly done. Right, it's what other people will monetize, what they will get you to pay for, but I'm giving to you for free. So treasure it and make sure that you practicalize everything you learn. And when I finished some of my programs, I didn't have anybody to teach me what to do. I have to literally figure some of these things out myself. But when God has lifted you to a level where you can afford to do these things for people, why don't you do it? Right? I am committed to your success and I really want you guys to make it right. And so remember, I've told you, if you're clueless about what to do, go look for someone who is practicing well, and you can go ask for franchising or ask for licensing or even be their affiliate. Volunteer to help them sell whatever they're selling. That's one of the easiest ways to do these things. Now, having said all of this, that takes me to the seventh thing I want to talk about, which is you need to leverage testimonials and case studies. I used to attend, when I'm in Nigeria, my church is Daystar Christian Center. And in the early days, when I joined Daystar, we used to buy cassette tapes, and they will write in there that it is not what you hear that matters, what you do with what you've heard, which means hearing and accumulating knowledge is nothing. Having certification is nothing, because a lot of people, they just want certification to boost their esteem. If the purpose for getting certification is to boost your ego, is to fill a vacuum that is there, you're not going to maximize it, because certification does not cure low self-esteem, right? And that's why if you have one certification, I want to see what you've done with it before you start running around again. So you see people first degree, second degree, another degree, then they're doing a PhD, and you're asking to what extent, they don't even know. They become knowledge junkie, falling in love with education for education's sake, not for what education can produce. I mean, it was I can't remember who said it, that the goal of education is to replace a closed mind with an open mind. If education cannot lead to productivity, then the education is useless, right? And so you need to understand that nothing trumps testimonials and case studies. I'm sure you've got attended some meetings that it brought in people. Why do you think churches prioritize testimony time? Testimony time is a validation of the anointing of the man of God that is in the house, to show that this man is powerful, to show that what he's teaching is coming to pass, that his prophecy is coming to pass. It's validation, right? It's to say, you know what, if he can do it for this guy, and he can do it for you. And then if you see the companies that do betting, right, why do they showcase people who have won, right? In Nigeria, they will say it can be you. This guy, played with 1,000 naira, then it's made 100 million or something like that. Even in America, they say, oh, this guy played with, $20, and then he's won $2 million. Then you see a whole lot of people, doing the same thing so that they can win some money, right? And so testimonials become very critical, and case studies. So for every program you do, please take feedback. Ask the people to share their experience with you. Ask them for their permission if they don't mind adding their pictures, if they don't mind using the testimonials for promotional materials, right? And so it's important for you to know that your testimony is a social proof to build trust and credibility. People trust me. I hardly advertise right now because people say to people, go meet praise. Is the best that exists. You'll figure this thing out. A lot of my colleagues defer to me as well, right? And yeah, first movers advantage, but also over time, I provided enough leadership that makes them trust me. People trust the potency of my solution. And so they would rather talk to me than just, I mean, at the highest level, people want me. So, and it's because I've built credibility over time. This is 2025, it's been 24 years thereabout, right, doing this. And so you have to understand that you don't go and just garner that experience, from the sky. And so social proof is critical. I always tell people where I come from. They say if you have a solution that really works, you will showcase it. And that's why I tell people, if your solution cannot work, that's why you'll be going out to scatter. If my solution can work, I'll offer it for free. I'll challenge the market. Use this thing and let us see how it works. I'm willing to test run it for free. And that's what I've done. I've done a lot of freebies. I mean, in the early days, when I created basic sexual education kits, I begged churches, please take this thing. It will solve this problem. Many of them say, we don't need this, we don't need this. But then when they started finding out that children were being molested sexually, they sent for me, and that time I'd learned how to charge, right? And I charged, basically. Now, one of the mistakes I made when I was starting out was that I was too passionate about what I was doing that I wasn't documenting. Right, I was doing it for God. I was doing it, I was producing. I wrote for this newspaper for over 11 years thereabout. Every Saturday, you imagine the level of content. Remember the number of people sending me messages, testimonials of marriages on the verge of collapsing, that God helped us restore by some of the tools and the methodologies, and because I don't, I was conservative, right? I don't know how to blow my own horns and things like that. Even till now, I still don't think I do enough marketing compared to the level of work and the level of the places I have, the platforms I've spoken on. You don't see me put all those things forward. I mean, for example, when I got the Lifetime Achievement Award by the former president of America, President Joe Biden, right? I didn't want to talk about it on social media. I just kept it in my house. It was my publicist who says, Praise, you need to put this out and things like that, right? And that's a personal weakness that you shouldn't make. If once they give you permission, broadcast it. Talk about how people are lives are changing. If you are doing matchmaking, talk about how people get married. Showcase them, right? Leverage testimonials because it shows that you are good enough. I mean, there's someone I love, Dr. David Oyedepo, is someone who has mastered testimonials as a means of social proof to build trust and credibility. You will hear him talk about testimonials that happened in 1982. He remembers the date. 1982 to 2025. You know how many years that is? But he keeps regurgitating the testimonials. He keeps talking about it, including new ones, but he keeps talking about the whole. Many of us, we have so many testimonials that we're not talking about. So it's important for you to talk about testimonials and for you to use case studies, real life cases that people can touch, people can feel, people can verify. Once they know someone, they can ask, and the person say, oh, my life got transformed when I took this course, or my life became better when I took this program. Trust me, you have a lot more people who want to work with you. And that's why when you're doing your webinar or when you're doing your promos, you need to share testimonies. Let people talk, share their stories, life-changing transformation. So ask early clients for testimonials after successful sessions. Ask them, will they be, hope they don't mind for them to, do some, about the experience with you. Let them share, let them put it in writing and share how your intervention has helped them. Don't be ashamed to ask, right? After all, when people go to a restaurant, they advertise the restaurant, they talk about it. When they go to a barbering salon, they talk about how good the place was. So how much more? Whatever is good, they should freely talk about it. Because remember that your solution was what kept them together. Even though they pay for it, some of them are willing to share. And then create case studies and showcasing how you helped a client achieve specific result. So you can say, oh, if they don't want their names mentioned, how I assisted this person transform their marriage. This was the framework I used, this and this and this. It took me 6 weeks. I talk about the polygamous family I helped, I assisted. It took me 1.5 years because, the man was married to 4 wives. And so it was a chaotic situation. I had to blend the family, put them together, I had to settle a whole lot of interest. But then I did it. I produced the result, right? So share testimonies and case studies on your website and social media as well. When people get on your website, sometimes you are sleeping, but they see the testimonials of people. Oh, this is what happened. Blah, blah, blah. I did this. Please don't let it hide somewhere. They don't have to go and be looking for it. That was one of the mistakes I made. For you to find testimonials on mine, maybe landing pages or something like that, you will have to be searching. No, customers should not search. Your website must be able to sell your product when you're sleeping, right? And so frame it properly. Put the testimonials there. What people, but please, you need to be careful because I see some people, even conversations that you're having with them, they go and publish it. That's unprofessional. You need to ask for permission because if you do that with me, I'll be wary of what I discuss with you. So it's important for you to ask questions and to ask if you can use it for selling, but then You see, a lot of good people like us, we don't consider selling as a priority. We just want to do our thing, but that's not going to help you. The people who understand selling, right, they're going to make more customers than us, right? But people need us. They need to be sure that you are, they need to even know where you are. You need to be available. So you can't say you're an introvert and be conservative. Go ahead, shout on the top of the mountain. Talk about how you transform the people. Put it on your social media. Put those as social proof, right? Except they see signs and wonders, they will not believe. That's the psychology of human being. That's the way people are framed. They want to see signs and wonders, and so you want to showcase what you've done successfully, collate them, curate them, put dates, regurgitate it. When you're talking about it, talk about how you help people, talk about, talk about these things, because it's very critical to sales and marketing and conversion. So I hope you're going to start. So if you have any testimonials so far, please go and put it on social media today, right? And when you're talking, talk about it. In fact, during webinars, the first thing you want to talk about is your own story, how your life became transformed by using this model. And if you have people who are willing to share publicly, let them come, let them share how the program has also transformed their lives. I hope this has been helpful. Please don't hesitate. Chat us up, send us a mail. If you're in Africa, go to Family House Africa. You can actually apply to be a franchisee, to be an affiliate, or for license. And we have so many solutions that you can take advantage of for yourself in case you still don't know how to create content and all. There are so many things you can do. And then if you want certification, maybe you're listening to this, you don't have any certification yet. The best certification that exists is Family System Engineering certification. Go to ifedacademy.com and then sign up for the next core. Our mission is to, produce 1,000 African family life coaches every year for the next 5 years, right? So you want to join us. Thank you very much for joining me once again. I can't wait to be done with this. Thank you. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.